What do you have for us in the Oilers and Kings game? Obviously, this one is a fun one to watch. Lots of talent out there on the ice, and it switches over to LA as the Kings are at home now, and they're plus 130 underdogs. What do you have for us, Andy?
Well, there's a few ways that you can go about looking at this one. I got to be honest. I thought that I thought that I would go a certain direction with the series when it started, and I've been a little bit confused by it. So you know what happens when we don't really know what we're going to do with some of these props? We do a same game parlay. Hit it, Dan.
It's time for Andy's Don't Play This Same Game Parlay.
We're back. Let's do a same game parlay for the Edmonton Oilers and Los Angeles Kings. Someone in the chat asked about it, and I had actually been kind of dabbling with this one. So, all right, let's go ahead and start off with we're going to start off with the Edmonton Oilers to score over 1.5 goals on their team total. It's such an explosive offense. They've had 4 and 3 goals, so all I need for them is to get 2 goals in this one, and I think they can get that relatively easy. I'm also going to take the Oilers on the puck line plus 1.5. I'm going to add that to the parlay. I'd like Edmonton to win this series. They obviously won game 2. They lost in overtime, so we covered that one. It wouldn't surprise me if they win this game outright, but I like getting that plus 1.5. And then I'm going to go under 2.5 total goals in the first period. Edmonton has scored 2 goals in the first period in each of the first 2 games. Kings have not scored any. I don't know if I expect the Oilers to keep that pace up, that they're going to be scoring multiple goals in the first period, and the Kings have gotten off to slow starts and have kind of been playing a little bit of catch-up. So I can play all these, and it comes out to minus 130. So I'll take the Edmonton team total over 1.5. I'll take Edmonton on the puck line plus 1.5. I'll take the first period under 2.5 goals. That is your Don't Play This Same Game Parlay.
Well, Andy, I'm going to break the rules, and I actually am going to play that. And hopefully I cash that ticket with you. So I like that one, and I think it's cool. You mentioned before, if you add an under in, it helps out with those odds. So taking that first period adjusted under gives you those good odds with the plus 1.5 and the team total over 1.5. So, Carm, what are you thinking here in game 3?
I like it as well, too. I'm going to take my $3 of profit in soccer, Andy, and I'm going to put it on that same game parlay. You know what I'm talking about, man. Listen, I have a saying that says, try and be a better version of yourself each and every day. So, Andy, with that message you sent me earlier, you failed, but tomorrow is a new day. I love you, brother. I cut his mic off before he lost.
I was happy for you on winning your bet last night, even though I lost mine. I even made it a point to send you a positive message.
It's all good. First of all, I wanted to message. I sent it out in the live chat. Bergeron is not at the morning skate for the Boston Bruins this morning. It wouldn't affect me on the game anyways, because I think the Bruins can win that game without Bergeron, and that's and that was cooked into him not playing. It was cooked into the line already, so I don't see that line changing much for the Boston Bruins. And I'm looking at it right now, and it really hasn't changed. It's been at 155 to 160 with a couple of places at like Bet Online on our WagerTalk live lines at minus 149 along with Circa. But if you people want to overreact and you want to grab a better price on the Bruins, I would say probably grab it. Now, Andrew, with regards to this game tonight, I'm looking for the Oilers. It's not on my card as of yet. It might go on my card as a smaller play, but I'm looking at the Oilers to flip home ice back to Edmonton. This is a series last year that was a tough one. It went 7 games, and the Oilers were down 3-2 in that one. Won the last 2 in the series to take it and move on to the next round. I think the Oilers are going to win this series ultimately. I took them after game 1 to win the series at minus 130. They were, I think, minus 240 or minus 250 to win the series prior to that. I got the better price. They're going to win one of these 2 games. in LA. I'm not quite sure if they're going to win both games. I don't think they're going to lose both games, because this might be like the Dallas Minnesota game, where you take the loser of game 3 and take them in game 4, because I think it's going to be at least a 6-game series. But I think the Oilers flipped the series back. Listen, they should be up 2-0 in this series. They played 2 fantastic games. And I mentioned again, Evan Bouchard takes that penalty at the end of the third period. They go 6-on-4 power play for LA that sends it to overtime, and then another bad penalty in overtime and gives LA the win with a power play goal. They played nearly a flawless 60 minutes. They should be up 2-0 in this series. I think they'll be up 2-1 after tonight's game. So give me the Oilers.
You know what I look like? You talked about this team. I don't even think has played their best hockey yet. Honestly, that's the thing. I don't think the Oilers have played their best game in the series yet. And here we are, heading back to LA, tied 1-1. And there's a certain player I can't quite put my finger on it that hasn't really played very well yet. Oh yeah, the best guy in the world at the game of hockey, Connor McDavid. I mean, this is the thing about this Oilers team compared to many years ago. They actually have depth for the first time in a long time with Hyman, Nugent Hopkins, Draisaitl. They've got defensemen scoring goals. They've got so much going on for them that they can do well in games without McDavid even doing a thing on the score sheet, which I think is huge for this team. I think they will get it done. I'm going to take them and their team total over 3.5 goals. We saw, 37 shots on goal for the Oilers in game 2. I can't really see where that changes in game 3. Only 24 shots for the Kings, but a lot of those weren't very dangerous. I was very impressed with the Oilers' performance. It might have been a little shaky in the second period, but they're a team that I want my money on tonight. And talk about getting that home ice back, Carm. As much as I don't think the players think about that, they know that, hey, LA stole game 1 from us in our house. We want to take game 1 and suck the crowd out of it in their house. So I think it's a big one. And guys, it might be a bit chalky. It might be a bit, as some people call, square. I'm taking McDavid over 1.5 points tonight. He's been far too quiet in this series. Give me McDavid to have a big game here tonight, guys.
I like it. Yes, incoming square play, dude. I was about to say it is just, with some of the plays, and I think I did it in game 2 where Prez was on the show. I'm like, I'm just going to take the Edmonton and the over. Call me Square Boy, and then Prez replies, "Hey, Square Boy." So I'm not calling you a square, Andrew. But listen, since March 1st, I mentioned it. They are 19-3-1. The Oilers are 19-3-1 since March 1st. The best record in the NHL, which includes the Boston Bruins, 1-1 in the playoffs. And I honestly believe that they should be 2-0. So we talk about overreaction or not reacting. If you watch the 2 Edmonton games, you would have to agree they should be up 2-0 in this series. And this isn't a slight on the LA Kings and you King fans out there, but Edmonton has played better in both games. And unfortunately, they've come away 1-1 in this series. So Oilers tonight, come on, let's get it done.